Hi everyone. We had run the session on All India Round 1 versus All India Round 2 in yesterday, and the results were out, and we were supposed to run you through all the scenarios of All India Round 1 versus State Round 1, which is more complicated. It is uh, in terms of scenarios, but in terms of decisions, it is not that very complicated because you will have one scenario and one thing to look at. You'll have one state or maximum two states to look at. Now we'll explain that in detail, everything in detail. It is a long session only, but not everything has complete clarity. But we will explain based on experience, based on what happens usually with MCC and what happens with the MCC call center and what happens as far as the different timelines are concerned. We will run you through scenarios. There are only 3 scenarios that will happen. How to manage those scenarios, we will also suggest, your call, but how to manage those scenarios, we'll suggest. 1 or 2 decisions might be your call. Now, first thing that we will be looking at here is clarity on certain things which are being spread, as in basically some rumors are there, some candidates and some counselors do interpret things in a different way. It is based on when they see a document for the first time and interpret it, there is one part to it. When they add on experience or based on what seniors say, there is another part to it. But here we will let you know certain things which are very clear. One is All India Round 1 seat, whether that can be resigned. That is the first thing. Whether you can resign an All India Round 1 seat. When does the term resignation come into play? It is after joining. When does joining get completed? You go to the institute and get your admission letter done. And when you log into the to MCC, it says reported and seat confirmed. That is admission closure. What time do you have for that? 8th to 14th. 14th is actually till 14th 5 p.m. Even though MCC says it is 14th 5 p.m. They've been known to close the system. Beyond that, you will not be able to join. So the question is, after joining, is a resignation possible? You call up MCC today. Many candidates have called up in groups multiple times trying to get some information that this is possible. MCC call center responds saying that resignation is not possible. Very clear. MCC call center responds saying that resignation is not possible. Not the MCC authorities, the call center. There is a difference because usually you see that there is a gap between MCC authorities and what the call center mentions. The call center executives are trained executives. It is a huge challenge to manage a process like this. They have their difficulties. There are certain limitations to that as far as the call center goes. We see this every year. 2021, 22 and now 23, MCC call center says that resignation is not possible. Check with your seniors. They will mention that resignation will be possible. That is what we say very clearly. Resignation will be possible. Same thing happened in UG this year too. They said it is not possible, then it is possible. Same thing happened last year with PG UG. Same thing happened in 2021 with PG UG. Resignation will be possible. You will see multiple places in the brochure itself where it mentions R1 resigned candidates are eligible, resignation of R1, etc. It is a very clear thing. Resignation is after joining, it is possible. If you want to take a call, you are worried that after joining, what if they don't allow you to resign? Why would you want to resign? You might get a state round 1 seat and you want to resign. Don't forget the timelines now, when resignation is possible, etc. I want to resign in the first place. MCC is saying resignation is not possible. What should I do? One, you can be confident and go ahead and join. Confident that we are mentioning that, or confident that this has happened last year to talk to your seniors, etc. Or confident looking at the brochure that resignation is a term mentioned about R1 multiple times. Second, you can wait till an MCC notification. You keep calling up MCC. What happens is, on 10th or 11th August, when Madhya Pradesh results come out, okay, Madhya Pradesh results come out, some of the Madhya Pradesh candidates would have already gone ahead and joined their All India Round 1 seat. They would call up MCC and ask for how they can resign. By that time, automatically the system will have the resignation option. You can even check that when you're going for joining. The resignation option will be there in the module. Okay, the module will be there open in the system itself. MCC will put up a notification immediately because these candidates would want to resign and join their Madhya Pradesh seat. This usually happens because Kerala comes up with it first. This year there has been a delay. Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, etc. publish the results. Once these calls go to the call center, they will start responding back or whatever happens. Immediately within a day or so, you will get a notification saying on 11th or 12th possibly, saying that resignation is possible after joining. This is what is expected to happen. Once this happens on 12th possibly, once you get the notification, you can go and join. You still have 2 more days. So till some point in time you get this notification, you can wait. That is the second option that you have. If you're worried about what we say to, don't worry about it. Wait for joining till this notification is out saying that resignation is possible till this particular date. What will this notification say? This notification will clearly say All India Round 1 joined candidates. You can look at the last year's notification, the previous year's notification. Every year there is a notification which will say All India Round 1 joined candidates can resign till this particular date. Let us say they give a date. This can be 14, 15, 16, 17, etc. This can be any date. We are not looking at the date. We will look at the date at a later point in time. They will say that resignation is possible till this date. Wait for that notification. You will know that from that date on, this resignation is possible. We are stressing this again and again because there has been confusion created. Second, there is some confusion that is created not regarding the resignation, but once you have joined your All India Round 1, you will not be eligible for State Round 1. This is not regarding the resignation. Just joined makes somebody ineligible. No, that is not the case. There is some confusion on moving from here to here in terms of getting your original certificates from here and moving on to the State Round 1. That is a different confusion from All India Round 1 joined not being eligible for State Round 1. It is not the case. Whether you join All India Round 1 or not, this does not affect your state at all. You can now fill your choices and get a State Round 1 allotment. This is possible. Taking certificates from here to here is where the confusion is. Getting a State R1 allotment, nobody can take that away from you. Clear? Everybody can fill in choices. You can get a State Round 1 allotment. Don't believe any interpretation saying that once you join All India Round 1, State Round 1, you cannot get allotted or fill choices. You can get allotted. The next entire part of this is towards, if you join All India Round 1, how will you go and join your State Round 1? What are the different scenarios? But get your allotment done. That will not change anything. Okay. So that is one part. Your eligibility for getting your State R1 allotment is always there. It does not depend upon whether you participated in All India Round 1 or joined All India Round 1 seat. The third part, which is a possible later scenario. Some candidates are mentioning that the State R1 joined list, this year it is going to be shared. We know that, right? All India Round 1 joined list and State Round 1 joined lists are going to be shared with the MCC, etc. From the states to MCC. You join a State Round 1 seat. This is the later scenario. You join a State Round 1 seat. Whatever happened here, finally you join a State Round 1 seat. You will not be eligible for All India Round 2 is what candidates claim. This is purely wrong. It is not like the State Round 1 joined list is going to be used to remove you from All India Round 2. No. Even if you joined a State Round 1 list, you are part of the joined list that is shared, you will still be eligible for All India Round 2. We have already mentioned time and again that everyone is eligible for All India Round 2 except those who did not opt for upgradation in Round 1 of All India. Everybody is eligible for All India Round 2. Whatever your state status is, Round 1 joined or not, you will get an All India Round 2 allotment if your choices are available. And the last confusion of the timelines, let us say your State Round 1 joined seat, you have to resign and then go to All India Round 2. In that case, how do you get your certificates from here or resign this seat and go to All India Round 2? That is where there might be a possible confusion. This will work out for every state. We are telling you, State Round 1 joined, you will definitely be able to resign and go to All India Round 2 because every state allows resignation beyond 25th August. Every state will allow resignation. Last 2-3 years, every state has allowed resignation. Madhya Pradesh mentions the date as 18th August, right? That's the last date of a resignation. They will change it to 25th August or let us say this result date is shifted to 26th August. they will change it to 26th August or 27th August if that is the date when the actual results are coming in. So basically after these results are out, you will have time even in MP or any state to resign your state round 1 seat and move on to All India round 2. There is an implication there. Only if that happens, state candidates get a better seat in state round 2. If that does not happen, state is stuck with all the state candidates in their state itself. So it is very clear. It is a very simple logic to allow the state candidates to move on to All India round 2. Every state allows that and will extend their timelines. So now at the end of this, we are very clear about three things. Three things we are very clear about. All India round 1 resignation will be possible. Even if you have a confusion, wait for the notification from MCC that resignation is possible and then go and join. Definitely this notification will come in at least 2 days prior to the 14th, which is the last date of joining. How do we make it happen? Keep calling MCC so that the notification comes earlier. Just ask them till what date you will be able to resign. Write to adgme@nic.in rather than calling up the MCC. ADGME is for the queries actually. That is a number of address for the email address for the queries. adgme@nic.in rather than calling up the MCC call center if you want this notification earlier, the resignation notification earlier. Second, All India round 1 joined can be allotted in state R1. The only issue with how you resign. Third, state R1 joined will for sure be able to join All India round 2. With this premise, this is very important because that is what will decide your make your decisions easier in the next part, which is the most crucial part. Before moving into that, we will address one more thing too today, which is the retained R1 seat upgradation thing. The All India round 1 retained R1 seat upgradation to All India round 3, which is also a confusion. We'll address it towards the end. This session is more towards states, and so state All India round 1 versus state round 1, and so we will cover this session separately. First, All India round 1, the scenario, the query is only this: I have an All India round 1 allotted seat. Okay, those candidates who are not allotted in All India round 1 are going to take a free exit in All India round 1. Free exit in the sense, not because of a state round 1 seat, but I don't want the All India round 1 seat. Anyway, I am not going to join the seat. This session is not going to be helpful. This is only for somebody who has been allotted in All India round 1 and then you intend to get a better or similar seat in state round 1 and you are confused as to what will happen if I join the All India round 1 seat now. How will I join my state round 1 seat? Because your certificates are here, I need to resign this seat. So both certificates, resignation, both are complications because I need to both to be done before I move on to state round 1. This is the result. This is the problem statement. All India round 1 results are out. State round 1 results are out any time between actually 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 14th, 16th. These are the timelines we have as of now. Depending upon the state, your results may be out on 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Now, depending upon this result date of your state R1, how do I approach my All India round 1 joining? Okay, so we will look at that in detail. Step by step, we will look at for each scenario. You will be under 3 buckets only, any one of these 3. One, now the assumption very clearly is All India round 1 joining, resignation is allowed. Okay, so if that is not allowed, then there is no point in the discussion at all, correct? You join it, you are not allowed. So the assumption is All India round 1 joint candidates are allowed to resign is the basic assumption. Is it an assumption? It will happen. We assure you it will happen, but the dates alone we don't know. Till what timeline the resignation is going to be there, we don't know that. That who will notify? MCC will notify. We have clarified that. It will come up as more candidates keep calling. It has come up as early based on how many candidates call up or write to adgme@nic.in. So resignation is possible of your All India round 1 seat. We'll quickly get into it. Now we have explained too much. We'll quickly get into the scenarios. Scenario 1, MP. Okay, UP. Maybe on 13th UP may release their results, or 14th they have mentioned. Sikkim is on 8th. It is a choice filling based. I think the results are already out. Should be already out today. Nigrims is on 10th. This is a direct one. So or an online choice filling one. They've sent across online choice filling forms to candidates. So all these are before the 14th. Basically, UP also might be on 14th or 13th, somewhere around that range. So everything comes before 14th, correct? So it is a very simple choice for these candidates, right? State round 1 results here or on 14th or before. 14th exactly at 5 p.m. may not happen. It might be before that in UP. So we are taking up a scenario where it is 14th or before, where the candidate has a chance to resign their All India round 1 seat. When this happens, the joining of the state round 1 seat will anyway between, let us say 10th, 11th, etc. to maybe 15th, 16th, etc. So joining is not a problem. The problem is you have your original certificates over here. You have already joined your All India round 2 seat or not joined, correct? In this scenario, we would clearly suggest, if you are an MP candidate, don't join till 11th. Obvious, very obvious case, don't join till 11th. UP candidate, wait for 13th or even be at the institute of your All India round 1, wherever you are planning to join. On 13th, wait for UP results. And if you are on 11th or 13th, what you will have is All India round 1 seat that is allotted. You are waiting yet to join. This is available with you. You can join anytime, 11th, 13th, 14th you can join. Second, you will have a state round 1 result, which is coming on 11th or 14th. So on 11th or 13th or 14th, this is also available with you. This seat versus this seat, usually in these institutes, because you are filling choices, if both the seats are available, this would be the better seat, or whichever is the better seat, you can take a call on joining between these two seats. Obviously, right now we understand what you are saying. This is a very simple scenario. We are not here to look at this scenario. We are looking at other scenarios. But this scenario, it is very clear. Don't join till 11th or don't join till the last date, basically, of allotment in that allotment results in that state, which is going to provide that allotment results before 14th. And then take a call between state R1 or versus All India round 1 allotted seat. If you join this seat, what does it mean? This is a free exit, and with state round 1 seat in hand, you go to All India round 2, and you can resign your state round 1 seat if you want to move on to All India round 2. This is a very clear thing. Instead, if you join this All India round 1 seat, your state round 1 seat might or might not be free exit. That depends upon the institute. State UP might not allow free exit. There might be a forfeiture, and eligibility for the next round depends. That you have to take a call on. In case your state round 1 seat, you are not joining. So this is a different thing. But as far as All India round 1 seat, you join and go into All India round 2 with All India round 1 seat in hand. So this explains the first scenario, which is a very clear scenario of results of state round 1 coming up before 14th. Now you are waiting for the next two possible scenarios, right? Where results are on the neck, basically on time, and you have to take a call and decide. So the next scenario is, the resignation deadline becomes very critical, because in the first scenario, candidate is not even joining the seat. Second scenario is, results are on 14th August. Okay, here some of them have mentioned, maybe I think Punjab has mentioned in the evening or something like that, or some evening or after 6 p.m. or something like that. I think you'll have to check. So here, okay, I think so. So okay, here 14th August, you would see the results. 14th August, when you see the results, you have a problem, because you can't wait till the last minute and be at the institute. Let us say it gets delayed, there is a problem. So what you would be looking for primarily is this. You will be looking for a notification from MCC, okay, a notification from MCC, or you will call up MCC now and check with them saying that my results are on 14th August, till what date can I resign my All India round 1 joint seat. Usually these candidates, what they do, not many of them wait at the institute on 14th August and wait for state round 1 results being at the All India round 1 institute. You can do that too. Go to the All India round 1 institute till 14th August 5 p.m. you can join, correct? So you be there, wait for your state round 1 results. HP is releasing at 4:50 p.m. You can ask the person at the institute to click saying submit in case you don't get a better seat in state, and it is possible, but it is very, very, very close, and it is a too close a call to take. So you won't do that usually. Most of the candidates will avoid such a risk of losing their all India round 1 seat. So what they will do is most of them will join this seat before 14th, any day before 14th, it does not matter. Let us say they join the seat on 12th August or 13th August without waiting for the results. This is neck to neck, therefore there is an issue. But this notification from MCC makes a huge difference. What will it say? Resignation till of joined or AR1 joined resignation till 15th August. Let us say it says that. If it says that, then these candidates have an advantage for whom the results are going to be on 14th August. So this notification should come in before 14th August first. Correct? Before your results, you need to get this notification, and before the last date of joining of All India. That is critical. In that case, you can confidently go ahead and join on 12th or 13th August. Your results will come on 14th August, which is the state round 1 results. And after you get your results, you know that there is one more day for resignation. After your results come in, you go to the All India, after the state round 1 results, you go to the All India round 1 institute which you joined, get back your originals, certificates, and go to the state round 1 institute and submit it. This will again be equivalent to resignation, similar to free exit. You can attend round 2 of All India, holding your state R1 seat. You will hold your state R1 seat and move on to All India round 2 for better choices. So this is possible. When is this possible? This is possible when your resignation deadline is after your round 1 result date, 14th. And it is possible when you get this information that it is 15th August as early as possible. That is some push that you will have to do with MCC. Usually they do, every year they publish it right before the 14th of August, basically the deadline of the round 1 All India joining. Before that itself they will tell you this is the resignation deadline. Now in this scenario, we have a scenario where unfortunately, let us say the resignation deadline is on 14th of August, or you don't know the resignation deadline at all. Okay. So 14th of August is the last date of resignation. The candidates have a problem. After 12th August, even if you join the seat, either you have to join the seat and then wait for a neck to neck kind of a scenario, or you don't join this seat assuming that I will get a better state round 1 seat here. Because if you join the seat and results are published after the resignation deadline on 15th August at 9 PM, you join the seat. After this resignation deadline, you can't get back your certificates. Institute will not be able to provide any offline resignation. Penalty, no penalty, I'll pay whatever amount, that doesn't matter. AR1 institute cannot allow resignation or give back your certificates after this resignation deadline prescribed. So that is a problem that you will face. So basically, if you are able to, if your resignation deadline is after your results are on the same day, that is a problem. So that problem can be sorted out only by one method. If you are clearly knowing that you will not be able to make a choice between two or resign the seat, you have to either go with your All India round 1 seat. This is a true problem, an unsolved problem in this all the scenarios, where you have to decide between an All India round 1 seat that you have in hand versus a possible expected state round 1 seat. Okay, so that is something that you will have to do. You have the seat, one seat, you will have to go without the seat and wait for a state round 1 results, whatever might happen at a later point in time, or you will have to join the seat and know clearly that I am joining the seat, know clearly that this is not going to happen because you can't resign it later. So this is the second scenario that we have looked at, where on 14th or the results are going to come in on 14th, but the resignation deadline can be either 14th or later. We have looked at two sub scenarios there. Resignation date is later, it is simple. If it is 15th August, it was very simple, right? If it is, if the resignation date is, if the resignation date is 14th August, or let us say even earlier, then it is not simple. You will have to make a choice between both the seats. There is no other go. Third scenario, Odisha. I think it is around 10 a.m. on 16th August. Rajasthan, 16th August midnight. Beautiful. Tamil Nadu, 16th August. Tripura, 16th August. UK, 16th August, 4 p.m., 8 p.m. I think 8 p.m. West Bengal, 16th August, 4 p.m. West Bengal usually does that, 4 p.m. exactly every time, because they know that the timeline for all India is 5 p.m. So all these are on 16th August. At least we have no state today, at least to our knowledge, to my knowledge till now, there is no state today which is publishing after 16th August. Karnataka has not published. Maharashtra, we have an issue with timelines. So as of now, these two states are there. Kerala usually will publish it within 16th August. You do not need to worry. And most of the other states which have started, they will publish it before this. So now we are taking a scenario where it is 16th August. The Karnataka Maharashtra scenario, we will take it up later. But these are all 16th August cases. Scenario 3, 16th August is the state round 1 results. Now this is a scenario where only two things can happen. One, MCC publishes this, what is this? The resignation notification, resignation of AA R1 joined seat is dash. Now this decides what your decision is going to be. We are not solving this problem, but we will tell you how this decision is going to happen. Primary thing here is, if you are from these states, this is the most important part of possibly this video. Primary thing is, if you are from these states, like it happened in UG, it should not happen for you. Basically, this notification for UG came in after 14th August, basically equivalent of 14th August, after the last date of joining. That will create an indecisive situation. Every year for PG, they put up this notice before the last date of joining. That will create a comfortable situation for you to take decisions. Getting that done from MCC is through calls or mails to adgme@nic.in or to the call center, continuously asking for when is the last date of resignation. Today the call center is going to tell you that there is no resignation, but continuously keep calling them, asking them for a last date of resignation. If this notification saying this is a particular date, it can be any date, but this notification is clear saying that this is the date of resignation of your All India Round 1 joint seat, then your decisions become easier. UG, they provided a notification saying, since some states are releasing their state round 1 results later, after the prescribed deadline, we are extending the last date of resignation. Now we know that many states are releasing on 16th. So the primary call to ADGME or asking them will be that all the states are releasing on 16th. So extend the last date of resignation to 16th. That is what you also wanted based on the counseling process, where a person shifts from All India Round 1 to state Round 1 to All India Round 2. That is why you have defined this counseling that way. Please extend your last date of resignation that beyond 16th. Now that is a call that the candidates have to take. Let us say whether you take that call or not. Ultimate thing for us as a rule is, what is this last date, and whether this notification comes in before the 14th. Going by last year, this will come before 14th. So we will assume that it comes before 14th, this resignation notice. And 16th is your state round 1 results. This resignation notice says 14th August or 15th August. Till that timeline only you will be able to resign. Okay, till the last date of joining, exactly till that date only you will be able to resign, or exactly till 15th August only you will be able to resign, or even exactly on 16th August sometime you will be able to resign. This scenario is a neck to neck scenario, we will not take that. 14th or 15th August you will be able to resign. In this case, if you are able to resign only on 14th or 15th August, on 14th August at least, or by 15th August, a decision has to be taken. You will do that without your state round 1 results. So you have an All India Round 1 seat in hand on 14th August. Let us say even you joined it and the resignation deadline is 15th August. Then by 15th August, you have to decide on whether you have, after joining, whether you have to resign this seat or not. You can go and join confidently knowing that this date is the last date, but you have to take a call on whether you have to resign the seat by 15th August. If you resign the seat, it means you are expecting a possible state round 1 better seat. How you decide this is based on last year's allotments or this year's trends, how many candidates above you have got, etc. It is a very difficult call, we know, but between this AR1 joint seat and a state R1 expected seat, you have to take a decision. By when? By this last date of resignation. So 15th August, you will have to take a decision whether you have to resign this seat, or in case you resign, you don't get a state R1 seat, there is a risk involved. But if you resign and get a better state R1 seat, that is good. That decision has to be taken. If you don't resign this seat, let us say I am not resigning this seat, I am taking the All India round 1 seat, and till 15th I did not resign. State R1, even if you are allotted, you can't join it, because this will be on 16th August, correct? For these states, this will be on 16th August, 15th August is the resignation deadline. Unless there is an additional extension which you can't confirm, you will not be able to join the seat. Certificates will not be given back. Don't assume that by paying penalty I can go here. No, once this deadline is confirmed by MCC and they are not going to change it without an extension, the institute will not give you a certificate back. They are very clear about it. For state R1 joining, don't expect it. Even if you are have your certificates and you have taken your DNB, you are admitted here without relieving, you should not join a state round 1 seat. It is considered blocking. So, and the lists will also be shared. So it is not only about the certificates, it is also about relieving of your All India round 1 seat. So this is a very difficult scenario, which if it happens, it is going to create a problem for many candidates. Clear? This scenario will create a problem for many candidates. What is the solution for this scenario? Not this decision. This decision is not the solution. I will choose between these two and try my luck. The solution is what every year MCC does. Every year MCC extends this to a date beyond this last date. Usually they extend it to, let's say in this scenario, 17th August or so they extend. Okay, knowing that every institute, basically the last date of joining is 16th. They know the NMC schedule. Every institute is following the NMC schedule. They usually extend it to 17th. That is how it works with MCC. How do you get that down? By calling them. So if you are a candidate who belongs to this state, or any candidate for that matter, because that is a sequential process of upgradation, any candidate for that matter who is interested in joining the seat or has a scenario based decision to make, if the resignation is extended to 17th, you try to ADGME or telling them that this is possible, then they will extend. Even by default, we believe that they will extend it to 17th August, but can't give a confirmation till this notification is done. We may not be able to do that. So this notification has to be 17th August, saying that AR1 resignation is possible till 17th August, and this has to come in before the 14th of August, so that you decide. Not like UG where it was later. This has to come in before the 14th of August. Right now you have time to get that done. Now second is state R1 results. So in this scenario what happens? Obviously no issues at all. Here state R1 results for all these institutes come on 16th of August. Resignation deadline is notified as 17th of August, and you know this, let us say on 11th or 12th itself, you know that the resignation deadline is 17th of August. In this scenario, nothing to be done. Straight away join your All India round 1 seat. Once this notification comes on 11th or 12th, you are able to get that done, or whatever date it comes in, join your All India round 1 seat, knowing that till 17th August you can resign. Wait till your state round 1 results on 16th, and if you get a better seat, resign, get certificates, join a state round 1 seat. Eligible for AR2 with state round 1 seat in hand. State round 1 seat, this seat in hand, you are eligible. This is the ideal scenario. This happens every year. We are giving you confidence that this happens every year. But to get this done before 14th August, possibly you will have to keep reaching out to MCC, saying that my state allotment is ending on 16th. This is a major chunk of states. Every year MCC also knows this, but getting this before 14th is very critical for ensuring that you take a decision. Now, if you are able to take this decision, then it becomes easy. The scenario, worst scenario, you will have to take a call between All India Round 1 seat, and you don't have a, till 14th August, you don't have anything. This entire thing is not available on 14th August at all. This resignation timeline is not given. No notification, like it happened for UG this year. No notification at all till 14th August. What will I do? Tough call. Expecting a notification, we may be confident about it, but I'm not sure if candidates can be confident or we can confirm 100%. So if your results, if this notification of resignation does not come in before 14th August, either between All India Round 1 available seat, the allotted and available seat versus expected state R1 seat, you have to take a call. If notification does not come in by that date, try to get that notification. You have to take a call between these two. Some candidates might take a call saying that I am not joining this and I am waiting for state round 1 seat. I will not join this, but the next day there might be a notification saying that you can resign. Some of them will ruin the decision to not have joined this All India Round 1 seat. They might have joined and then resigned later. So try to get the notification before 14th. Every year they put in the notification before 14th. And it is not a process that we are trying to drive this year for some benefit or any benefit. Every year before 14th the notification comes, and it will always be after 16th. You can check every notification. Only thing is you have to get that. Every year candidates keep calling, and that is why it gets done earlier for PG. Okay. That is pretty much as far as these scenarios are concerned. Depending upon your state, take a decision on based on whatever scenarios are available. Now we have to we'll take up a few calls, but at the end of all these calls, we'll just take up one specific thing. Okay, that in case you want to look at that, wait. All India Round 1 joint. All India Round 2 opted fill choices, and in All India Round 2 retained All India Round 1 seat. Now I want to go to All India Round 3 holding All India Round 1 retained seat. Okay, will it be possible? I think today we have had around 50 to 70 queries on this. Will it be possible? We'll come to that scenario towards the end. We'll just take up the queries and then come to that scenario. Can we have the queries? If you have any queries, you can have that. Hope these rules are clear. We will also look at all the queries. Fresh choice filling possible for TN counseling every round? Yes, it is possible. It is a different, yeah, it is possible. We have already, so if you have any queries on the rules and regulations of different counselings, go through our earlier resource section videos. Wherever there are changes, like Odisha has come up with an upgradation round now, we know that. So, and similarly, West Bengal has got a lot of changes. Gujarat has come up with changes. UP, one or two minor changes. So those we will come up with sessions. We are delayed because of these complications. But before the choice filling, we will come up with those sessions. Gujarat is also already clear for most of the candidates. They are following an approach similar to All India, but we will come up with those sessions. Your R1 choice filling will not depend on this. That we can assume, because R1 is simply filling in your better choices and getting the best out of state R1 and All India R1. That is how R1 works. All these scenarios are required for round 2 onwards. Odisha alone, there might be a minor impact of R1. We will just get that done too. Okay, so these are other queries. Seat allotted candidates must, even if opting for free exit, you don't need to upload. They will not act on it at all. MCC call center is saying that you need to upload, but don't need to upload. Okay, All India R1 join for upgradation. Okay, so the other scenario over this, we will also discuss that other scenario too, where you have to upgrade from round 2 to round 3. That is possible. We will upgrade that. What about Maharashtra? Okay, sorry, we missed that. Really sorry. What about Maharashtra? We missed Maharashtra. Okay. Here, we'll take up Karnataka and Maharashtra. I forgot that. So, Karnataka and Maharashtra. Maharashtra, last time we looked at the schedule, took around 10 days, I think. Right, from the time the first information brochure was published, I think it was 10 days. Yeah, at around 10 days, I think 10 to 12 days. From the time the information brochure was published to the allotment results, which looks very, very tight now. The given timelines, we are a little worried about Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, let us say they come up with the results after 16th August. And the MCC says that 17th August is the deadline, or 16th, because they are starting their choice filling on 19th August. MCC, round 2. They are starting on 19th August. 18th August, they are sending across the seat matrix of R2 for verification to institutes. These are the timelines, I believe. So this means 17th August, everything should be finalized, all resignations. That is why we mentioned 17th August. That is the latest date they can do, basically confirming that these are the seats. Only then they will be able to send the seat matrix on R2 and start choice filling on 19th. That is a reference to these timelines only. Now, in case of Maharashtra or Karnataka, still we hope somehow they will be able to manage before 16th. Let us see. But in case all these are delayed beyond a particular date, All India Round 1 resignation deadline is 17th, let us say, or whatever date it is, 16th or 17th, etc. If this is beyond, let us say 18th August, this happens, you don't have a choice. Yeah, Karnataka's, Maharashtra scenarios, they've delayed, so you don't have a choice. Try to push state to publish the results prior, not talking to MCC, because MCC will go with this schedule most likely. They may not delay it. Get these states, 1 or 2 states, they may not delay it. Get these states to somehow publish it earlier. In case they publish it by 16th, you have a, 16th and the resignation deadline is 17th, you have an option. At least you are with other states. You can go together with other states, whatever happens. You don't have a separate thing. But if this is published later, then the only choice you have is All India Round 1. If you join the seat now, then no state R2 seat for you. Okay, in Maharashtra. Okay, no state R2 seat for you in Maharashtra. All India Round 1, you join, you cannot resign, and therefore, after this particular date, let us say 17th, and this comes up on 18th, this is not possible because you can't get back your certificates. So that scenario should not occur. Try to somehow push Maharashtra to get this scenario done earlier. We are not mentioning Karnataka here for a reason. All India Round 1 joined. Even Karnataka, state R2 comes on, let us say 18th. You are not eligible basically because you are joined a seat and you are holding a seat. Okay, here without resigning, you can't join this seat. But the problem is here, some candidate here certificates are not required. It's an unfortunate situation if you are taking choice 2, only payment of fee is required. We will end up in a scenario where some candidates try to move here without joining, but the joined lists will be available, and if there is a commonality, then it possibly means blocking. We'll have to wait to see how it goes. Hopefully, we believe very honestly this situation doesn't come in and somebody's name doesn't come in that list. So if it doesn't come in at all and Karnataka publishes it earlier before 17th, we won't have a problem at all. Otherwise, for the first time, we will have 2 lists which clearly mention whatever has been happening in earlier years commonly. So Maharashtra or Karnataka, try to get it done before 16th. That is how it works. Okay. Birth certificate in place of community certificate in MCC portal today, not a problem. Not a problem. What you submit in the institute is what matters. This is just a formality. Not sure why MCC is doing it. What about Karnataka? We have explained Karnataka. 16th or 17th, 16th, if it gets done, everybody will at least be together. And MCC has mentioned 16th as the last date. Beyond that, any state does it. It does not have the need to actually go ahead and extend its timelines. And the timelines, like we mentioned, are tight. You know that, right? 16th August is the last date as mentioned in the NMC schedule. 17th August, maybe if there is a resignation, it will be good to go. 18th, they have to send the seat matrix. Seat matrix has to go to institutes. 19 they are starting second round. Choice filling, not registration. Choice filling is starting, and they need to get the seats ready at least one day before. So by that time something has to happen. Telangana, we don't have the dates. Okay, so here we'll have to look at the other states like Telangana. Telangana, do we have the dates? Telangana, AP, Kerala. Kerala has conducted the counseling. They will release before this particular dates. That is not an issue. Telangana, AP, we don't have the dates. Usually Telangana, AP run a 2-day web option process, 1 day plus 1 day for results. They quickly do it. So we believe that Telangana and AP may fall within this timeline. But till we know the timeline, Telangana, AP, Kerala will be in one of these scenarios. That you will have to decide based on the timeline. So, okay. And what are the other states? If there are any, just let me know. We'll just check that too. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there is any other. Assam. Assam we had mentioned somewhere. I think we missed out. Yeah, Assam is on 14th August, I believe. Right. So we take the scenario of 14th August. It will be neck to neck actually. So if your deadline is after 16th, after 14th, your resignation deadline is straightforward. Assam is a very tricky thing though. If it is choice filling has started, right? Yeah. Andhra bond, we have it in ZyNerd. You can just check in ZyNerd. All India doesn't have a bond in Andhra. Seat discontinuation penalty is 5 lakhs, I believe. 5 lakhs or 3 lakhs. Just check in ZyNerd. You will have it under the fee and factor section. Andhra. Okay, state round 2 joint candidate. Kerala is yet to publish. So Kerala, like 11th, it is choice filling is ending on 11th, right? Just hold on, we'll just check that. 11th or 12th? 12th, yeah. So 12th, Kerala will publish it in 1 or 2 days. Usually they'll do that. So you'll at least get a provisional by that date. So this you might fall under scenario 1, but just wait. If it is not, you will have to still look at the resignation deadline. Telangana and AP too, they run a quick process. 1 day publish, next day start the choice filling. In fact, midnight publish, the next day morning start the choice filling, and then go on for 2 days and then publish the results quickly. So maybe Telangana, AP, Kerala somehow will fall within this, hopefully. If not, then you'll have to wait for the resignation deadlines. Jammu and Kashmir, not sure, because Jammu and Kashmir I don't think has published the choice filling it. Yeah, choice filling, the results dated. They have not published, right? We'll have to check on that. Jammu and Kashmir has not published. We have got it in the portal, but I don't think the results have been published yet. In case you have the results date for Jammu and Kashmir, just let us know. At least till morning, when we update, we did not have that. Bihar has not published the results yet. Okay, Bihar has not published the results yet. Orissa bond is 2 years, and bond etc. you can just check in ZyNerd. So we will not answer here because it will take away others' time. You directly have it in ZyNerd or last year's PDF. It is open to. Odisha bond has not changed. NCL. Didn't get the NCL yet. Yeah, you can upload the old one. That is not a problem. Now we are complete with this. I think there are no more queries on this. The other queries are on round 2 versus all India round 3 etc. We will take that later because beyond state round 2 we can't go in this session. It is not clear too whether state round 2 to all India round 3 will be possible. There are 2 factors there too. We'll take that in the next session. Now, where's the other one? So this is the query. So this is a very tricky thing. We'll explain the logic and everything on how MCC thinks. Is at a different, it is a completely different level because most of our experience has been based on how MCC logically thinks and decides on these rules. It is based that, not based on exactly what is going to happen. So, but the MCC call center is a little different. MCC call center is a set of trained candidates who go through the brochure and derive their interpretations and then communicate to you. So how it basically works is MCC call center will communicate to you. More and more queries are there to the MCC call center. They will also have confusions because you are quoting a clause and telling them that this is how it is. Why are you giving me a different response? You ask them today, resigned is mentioned in the brochure. When you look at round 2, registration. Resigned candidates don't need to register again is mentioned. What is that resigned? You ask them, you say there is no resignation. What is that resigned? Then they will go back. And then somebody will come back and say, okay, there might be a possibility. Look for notifications. The tone will change. That is how the MCC call center works. There is a disconnect, possibly a minor disconnect, where authorities define the brochure and then MCC call center exists. Now, that is something where we think there is a problem as far as this rule is concerned. However, a disclaimer, this is our interpretation of the rules. We will need clarity. How will we get that clarity? Only if MCC finally defines it. We will look at two things. One of them was in a query too, so we will also look at that. The concept of the new terms come up every year, double allotments, multiple blocking, etc. This year the term is double upgradation. The first term that has come up is double upgradation, which is coined by candidates themselves. Now, double upgradation means All India round 1 can mean two things. All India round 1, I joined a seat. Then I moved to All India round 2 for upgradation. I got a better seat and joined that seat. This is an All India round 2 seat. Can I move to All India round 3 for a still better seat? Double upgradation is allowed. Some candidates are saying that this is not allowed. This is perfectly allowed. Don't need to worry about this at all. This is a scenario. Brochure says yes. ZyNerd says yes. MCC call center says yes. Don't need to worry. So these are scenarios where everybody is clear about, and the brochure also very clearly says that this is possible. Nowhere it says that after upgrading to round 2, you cannot go to round 3. It obviously gives you a situation where you go to the round 2 institute and provide a willingness for upgradation for round 3. So this is not this is a very clear scenario. Here the only confusion that exists is the exit with forfeiture part. That is the only place that we are confused about. We think this is not relevant. You will still be able to use the same registration, but we also know that everywhere there are 3 places in the brochure which says that it is exit with forfeiture. Our interpretation clearly is that if you do this from round 2 to round 3 after joining a seat, whether you are forget this, from round 2 to round 3 after joining a round 2 seat, if you are upgrading to round 3, we believe that exit with forfeiture is not the right thing. It will be same registration. Why do we believe that? The candidate has not done any mistake and you are allowing upgradation. MCC top authorities think that way every year. 2, UG, it is clearly mentioned. Same rules, same process, same software, UG is clearly mentioned. And 3, registration, fresh registration for R3. Nowhere it is mentioned that somebody who is upgrading needs to register fresh for R3. Exit with forfeiture and fresh registration go together in MCC in the software. You exit with forfeiture, it means you don't no longer have 25k, 10k or 2 lakhs with you. Therefore, you need to do a fresh registration. Exit with forfeiture means you exited your registration. Now, if that is the case, fresh registration should have been clearly mentioned for R2 to R3 upgrading candidates. It is not mentioned. Again, a disclaimer. This is our interpretation. Now, in this scenario, when you are absolutely clear on this part, R2 joined can upgrade to R3 in All India. You are absolutely clear about that because it is mentioned in multiple places. This part we are also very clear. MCC will also say the same. Here, let us say you are given an option of exit with forfeiture. Basically, if you want to move on to All India round 3 for a better seat, you will lose 25k or 10k and you have to re-register. Is your decision going to change? I am giving you a better option at a forfeiture cost of 25 to 10k for All India seats. 99% of candidates will opt for an upgradation. The entire 1 year effort is nothing compared to this. Correct? So, and a better seat in your choices, 2-3 levels higher, is nothing compared to this 25 or 10k. Even though we have no clarity on this, or we are telling you something, whatever it is, you are going to upgrade if you have a joint seat. Because nobody will take a decision that I will lose 25k, so I don't want a better seat. That is what we believe in. If you are that candidate who will take a decision like that, then you have to approach MCC and get clarity. Otherwise, our sincere advice is this exit with forfeiture, don't even look at this clause. If you are allowed upgradation, you will go, upgradation will be allowed between R2 and R3. And R1 to R2 to R3 also upgradation will be allowed. Double upgradation, whatever is called, will be allowed. So this scenario, forget this exit with forfeiture, except in case you are looking at deemed for a 2 lakhs penalty, then rethink about it. Even deemed candidates might take a decision to move forward even if it is 2 lakhs. But yes, there is a concern there. Here there is a 2 lakhs penalty. That case, you might have to get clarity on it. So this part is covered. The first double upgradation part. Second one is literally not a double upgradation, but this is the scenario. It is actually an All India Round 1 joint candidate who goes ahead and fills choices in All India Round 2. This is where we got most of the queries today. I am going to join my All India Round 1 seat. Everybody has decided. Their worry is, will I be able to go to All India Round 3 in case I retain the same seat? In case you upgrade, we very clearly told you, yes, you will be able to go to the R3 seat. That is not a confusion. Will I be able to go to the All India Round 3 seat holding your All India Round 1 retained seat? This is a confusion that exists. Now, All India Round 2, you don't get a better seat, you will retain your All India Round 1 seat. Let us say this All India Round 1 joint seat is GMC, Nagpur, anesthesia. You fill in better choices, you get the same GMC, Nagpur, anesthesia here. MCC says over calls, if you want to go to All India Round 3, there is only one possibility: resign the seat within 2 days, exit without forfeiture, and do fresh registration in R3. Okay, this is exactly what MCC says. We have a different opinion. MCC says retain your GMC Nagpur. You want to take it to R3, that is not possible, is what MCC call center says. You have to resign. Their submission is resign within 2 days. This is mentioned in the prospectus. No seat then. Exit without forfeiture is very clearly mentioned. Exit without forfeiture means you still have your 25k, 10k, 2 lakhs with you, whatever it is, if it is deemed seat, and then go and do a fresh registration. We called, checked with our candidates, whoever has called and checked. Why do you exit without forfeiture and go for a fresh registration? That itself is illogical. If you exit without forfeiture, your 25k is intact. What is the concept of fresh registration? No answers. We called them and said, R2 joined candidates who took free exit in round 1 did not join the seat. They joined a fresh R2 seat. They are allowed upgradation. This candidate has done everything right. You have gone ahead and joined your seat. You opted for upgradation. You did not get an upgradation. How can you not allow that candidate? Will it not create legal issues? It will create. Obviously, this candidate is going to be allowed. That is our interpretation very clearly. MCC's call center might be wrong. Somebody has retained their All India Round 1 seat. What usually happens is, we'll explain that too, but without a confirmation. Please know that it is without a confirmation. The sooner we get clarity on this, you can confidently join the seat. But we believe that definitely this is what happens. Till last 2 years back, this 2 days rule, right, that always existed. Except for in 2022 and 2021, prior to that 3 years, this 2-day rule existed, when there was no upgradation possible. What usually MCC does is, this round 1 seat, All India Round 1 retained seat in round 2 is there, right? This is part of the round 2 allotment list, correct? In the round 2 allotment list, you will still have this seat listed, GMC Nagpur against you. It becomes a round 2 joined seat if you don't resign within 2 days. That is the rule that was there earlier too, basically. So basically, a retained R1 seat, you can be resigned within 2 days. Otherwise, it becomes a round 2 joint seat. Very clear? It is a round 2 joint seat. Now, a round 2 joint seat cannot be resigned previously. Now, this year, there might be a possibility of resignation. So, this resignation within 2 days, even earlier, 2-3 years back, was possible with exit with forfeiture. If not, it becomes a round 2 joint seat. And there are notices which say, if a retained, exact terms, retained, this is what it will say, AI R1 seat in R2 will be considered as a round 2 joint seat if the candidate does not resign within 2 days. This is what is the exact terms used, exact logic used still now, which means it will be considered as a round 2 joint seat. Round 2 rules will apply. What is it? It is considered as a round 2 joint seat. Round 2 rules will apply. What were round 2 rules earlier? After joining a round 2 seat, you cannot go on to round 3. If the same rule is followed, this year round 2 joint seat, you can go to round 3. So after 2 days, if you don't resign, this rule should apply. They will possibly come up with this, is what we expect, and then say that round 2 joint candidates, you are considered as a round 2 joint candidate after you retained and you don't resign within 2 days. That is exit without forfeiture. The same rule was there earlier too, and if you don't exit without forfeiture, it will be considered as a round 2 joint seat. Therefore, because it is a round 2 joint seat, you can go to round 3. That is what possibly will happen. We don't have confirmation on this, unfortunately, because MCC has to confirm. We believe that this will happen, but confirmation, please check from MCC. Try to get this notification. Even this, whoever is in this scenario, write to ADGME saying that if you have a common set of people, because this is not going to impact anybody, you are obviously going to go to round 3. So if you have a common set of people who are in the same scenario, form a group and send it across to ADGME, the same mail multiple times, asking that, asking one scenario very clearly, don't giving them, not giving them any scenarios, giving them one scenario very clearly, which is not explaining anything other than saying that All India round 1 joint retained seat in round 2, retained round 1 seat in round 2, not resigning. I am not resigning within 2 days. Don't give them an option. Even the call center, don't give them an option. Not resigning within 2 days. Will I be eligible for R3? If not, why am I not eligible? I have done everything right. So that is something that you'll have to check. There's no rule actually which says that you will not be eligible. There is no explicit rule anywhere which says that you are not eligible. Note that. It is only the call center that is creating a confusion. No rule which clearly says that these candidates are not eligible in the brochure, entire brochure. There is one minor place where it says do not exist, do not exit within a particular date, etc. But that is possibly some other rule with regards to round 2 resignation as a round 2 joint seat. We don't know that, but this is what you need to check with them. Clearly mention, the call center is mentioning that I am not eligible, kindly confirm whether you are eligible. So this is the last scenario that we discussed. I think we have pretty much exceeded our time. It is almost 1+ hours, 1.5 hours or so. So yeah, thank you so much. I think with this we have clarified most of it. Round 2, state round 2, beyond this All India round 1 to All India round 2 to state round 2, all these depend upon state rules. State rules are not clear at all now. State rules are last year's rules still, except for certain states. So state All India round 2 to state round 2. Today MCC does not say that the joint candidates are ineligible for state round 2. MCC has removed all those classes. States still have those classes saying that All India round 2 joint are not eligible. So till states remove this clause from their prospectus, you will not be eligible, because states have this clause till there. All India has removed all obstacles for you to join the state round 2 seat. They have even mentioned in 2 places that you can resign the round 2 joint seat. They have mentioned. Note that. So this part, All India is very clear. Similarly, the other way around, state round 2 to All India round 3 is possible or not? Okay. All India has removed all clauses which say that state round 2 joint are ineligible. All these clauses have been removed. They are going to vacate it in the Supreme Court too. That is what they have mentioned. States still have clauses saying that if you join the state round 1 seat, you are not eligible for any, you can't resign, there is a penalty, etc. So states have to remove these clauses. Don't go looking for anything in All India. All India is very clear. They will allow All India round 2 resignation too. That is what they are mentioning. Correct? All India round 2 joint, there is a clause which says that candidates who has resigned the round 2 seat are eligible or eligible through a fresh registration and mop up. Resignation means you joined a round 2 seat and then resign. Similarly, states have still a clause saying that joined are not eligible further, or you cannot resign. In that scenario, All India will not do anything. All India will keep up its open. Whichever states allows, possibly they will go to All India, or it will create in legal issues. It will result in legal issues based on who benefits. Candidates will take up a side, and then there will be legal issues. That is what possibly we are expecting, especially in All India round 3 when it concerns state round 2 joint candidates. So that is pretty much a little extended. Thank you so much. Hope this sessions help. This is the end of all the sessions for this admission session. We may not be running any sessions for All India further because we'll be looking at all the states now. All the clarifications that we have given are here. Even if you call us up, it is going to be the same response. You can keep calling us, but it will be the same response on what we have mentioned over here. And take your decisions based on whatever implications. If you today call us and say, what will I do for Kerala? Then we will not be able to do anything because you have clearly known that without knowing the results date, we can't do. Without knowing the All India last date of joining, we can't suggest anything. It is up to you to take it up and get the joining date as early as possible. The resignation date, All India round 1 joint seat resignation date as early as possible. Thank you.